Hey everybody, welcome back to Whistle Thicket. Fall has arrived on the homestead. I don't know what date it is, October 10th or something like that. Just in the last couple of days, the leaves have started changing. Last night, a lot of leaves have dropped because we got a lot of rain and wind. But fall has definitely arrived. We are going to head up to our trail system, and we're going to mark out another trail with this handy dandy can of spray paint. So we've lived on our farm for about 7 years. We've got about 20 acres. 12 to 13 acres of it is wooded, and that's awesome. It's an awesome resource. I use it for fencing, for foraging. We hang out in the woods looking for salamanders. I mean, we love it. And there was a trail system here when we moved in, but it was not really a trail system. It was a logging road from about 20 years ago. Our property and our neighbors' properties were logged. And it wasn't really meant, as a hiking or horseback riding system. So it was a very, very steep trail from the back pasture to the very top of the ridge. And it goes up. We live in western North Carolina. Very steep. The bottom of our property is about 2,600 feet. The top of our property is 3,400 feet. So you do the math. It goes up about 800 feet, people. So that trail to the top is very, very steep. I don't even like walking it. We took horses back there a time or two, but it just wasn't fun for the horses. So we invested in hiring out a local guy to work on improving our trail system. And that's what he's been doing the last couple months. He hasn't been working much lately. But he finally came back and he's almost done with the lower trail system. And since it's taken him so long, actually, I was able to save up a little more money. So in some ways, it's a mixed blessing. And I'm going to mark out one more trail that I think is going to link our lower trail system to our upper trails, which are more accessible to horses. So let's head up and check out the woods. I'll show you some of the trail system. This is not a full tour. Our main mission is to get another trail marked so that I can show our local guy where to go. Let's head up. So we're at the top pasture, and eventually there's going to be a trail that links through this brush to the top gate. There's an old trail here, but it's too steep for horses. And I would like to get a maybe a four-wheeler or side-by-side or something. Have some fun. You can actually see through the trees here. The equipment here. Woo! So this is what's building all of our trails, this cat here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Now this isn't our main access point. There's an access point lower down. But this is just another option. And of course he has to work on this trail more. So he hasn't really gotten a chance to work on this one yet. But I'll show you some of the mainly finished trails here in a second. Still getting through the brush. And here we go. Okay. Now this trail is not done. He's still working on it. This is one of the last trails we've hired him to do so far. And it's really muddy because we've gotten a lot of rain. So here it starts to flatten out. Little thicket of rhododendrons. I harvest some of the older rhododendron here for fencing. It's a nice thing to have in the Appalachian Mountains. So we're coming up to the main trail here. So this trail has always been here since we've been here. This is the main trail. But we've added, I don't know, at least 1.5 miles of trails have either been built or cleaned up. So a lot of the trails were overgrown with trees about this size. You could pick your way through them, but that's all you could do. You couldn't ride a horse through them, and no way for a four-wheeler. So here's one of our newer trails, and again, it's really messy, but you know, that's because it's been raining so much. So this trail I'm walking on was not here 2 months ago. So we're gonna head to the very, very top of the last trail we did. It sure is beautiful out here. This is one of my favorite times of year. Early fall and early spring are my favorite times to be out and about in the woods. You can start to see a lot more. Just a fun time to be in the woods. And Silo, the rat terrier's with us hanging out. He's chasing something. Just a nice day. I am doing some work though. Okay, so here is just proof of our property being logged. I think it was about 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago, in the 90s at some point. But here's a pretty substantial tree. Probably was tulip poplar is my guess. And there's some other stumps around. But as you can see, the forest has grown up. A lot of small trees here. But at some point there was equipment that got up here. And I can maybe see what I think may be the end of the old road. So again, there's a very steep trail that almost goes to the top. And then these little side chutes that were branching out to collect big trees, basically. And as you can tell now, though, there's no road here, but maybe at one point there was. Just a rough logging road. So we're gonna try to get back on the trail because I've been bushwhacking. And then we're gonna see if we can get that new trail marked out. So where I'm standing, there's a trail coming up, a trail going that way. And this trail here, these are all new trails. These are high and dry for the most part. And we've gotten a lot of rain. There's more proof of the logging. There's still some spots, some drainage spots that we're gonna have to work on long term for the trails. Because we have 2 springs on the property. And the trails are gonna cross those springs eventually. And in those spots, it's just a big mud hole. So that's definitely making our trail system a little more complicated. But that'll be a problem for next year. Right now, we're just trying to get the trails built. So this trail here that I'm walking up now, this is the old logging trail. You probably can't tell how steep it is. It's steep, people. I mean, I'm working to get up this trail here, but that's okay. So here's one of our trails that we haven't been up yet. This trail was here before. Oh, this one's dry, really dry. But this whole trail system was just covered in trees about this big. And even though you could see the roadbed it was really hard to access. I would hike back here and kind of have to dodge trees as I hiked. Now it's clear, but here we are coming up to a mud puddle. Long term, we're gonna have to work on this. Probably get some gravel here. But see, our local guy even put in some drainage pipes for us. So he's trying to help us out. Check out that nice little spring though. Let's keep on going. I gotta tell you, it's pretty nice having hiking trails on your own property. Even though they're muddy, it's still pretty nice. I'm not sure what to do about all these muddy spots right now. I'm not gonna worry about it because, like I said, that's gonna be the next thing I fix on the trail system. So now we're coming on, this is a new trail behind me here. This trail was not here 3 months ago. And again, still kind of rough, but in time we'll get it good. Right here is another trail that was on our property, just covered in saplings and trees. So we had it cleared out. This is currently a dead end because it's such a steep drop off. But there's a trail that links up halfway. But this is a dead end. But I tell you what I'm thinking, and tell me what you think. But future site of maybe a yurt or a little tiny home that people can rent out. I mean, that's long-term plans. Even if just friends use it, I think it'd be awesome. And you get an okay view, actually. We can hear road traffic even up here because of the valley. There's a decent amount of road traffic near us, actually. But it's not unbearable, but it is, you know, one of the things we don't like about a property, but that's okay. But as you can see, it's already opening up a nice little view here. So even though you can hear a little road traffic, especially during the day, this could be a pretty awesome view to enjoy. So this is what we're doing. I'm gonna scramble up to those rocks because there's some cool rocks. This is all on our property. I'm imagining the next trail is going to end at these big rocks. And the best way to plan that out is, I know that our main trail, I know if I go right, I'm going to intersect the main trail no matter what. So I'm gonna start where I want the trail to end and work my way backwards to figure out where I'm gonna end up. So let's scramble up here. We got Silo, a rat terrier. We're gonna check out these rocks, which I think would be a cool little focal point to visit. And then let's mark out some trail. Okay, this is steep terrain, which is one of the reasons why we were able to get this property for a price we could afford. But just check out these rocks. I think they're awesome. And there's this cool mushroom on them we're gonna check out. I think this would be a cool little rock to ride to if I can figure it out. But look how steep it is, people. I'm not saying a trail's going here. This is called exploring. Isn't that an awesome rock though? Looks like a type of puffball here, my guess. Might be an edible puffball. I may come back and harvest these, but not right now. Pretty cool though. I really do have dreams of having a yurt out here to rent out, make a little money, and also just a place for the family to go. I mean, we'd have to hike up, but I don't mind. Our family likes to be outdoors. I'm just showing you these cool rocks, and I haven't found where I want to go yet for my path, but that's okay. I'm finding some mushrooms. Oh, and I fell down. Okay, I found some old mushrooms there. So I'm finding some mushrooms, which is cool. And I found this old roadbed. I think I've been on this roadbed before, but let me show you. There's Silo. So this roadbed is actually much more clear than a lot of those other roadbeds. But the cool thing is, it does go towards the rocks that I'm excited about. I think this is a little bit higher than the trail I want to build. I want that trail to link to this trail. But just to give you an idea, I'm pretty sure this is going to come out above a big rock in the trail that's too big for the horses. But let's keep going. This is a pretty clear trail. And up here is flat-ish. If we can get up here, this is gonna open up the next stage of the trail system, which I'm excited about. Okay, we're back on our main trail, the old logging trail, the steep trail. This is what we're trying to avoid, is this little section here, this really steep section. And again, you probably can't appreciate it on camera, but this is steep. I've ridden my mountain bike down this twice. I had to pull my bike all the way to the top. So this hill is what we're trying to avoid, especially that with four-wheelers and especially the horses. So we're trying to get a trail up past that rock. Am I ever gonna mark this trail? I don't know, we're just exploring. It's the AT symbol. That's why they use white spray paint, it's so easy. Okay, our last trail is right there. The horses are gonna have to go up here, and then we're gonna get a trail going through this thicket. Whistle Thicket, people, that's why we call it Whistle Thicket. Okay, we're going in through this. Let's build a trail. I think I found a good path going through the woods. It may not look flat, but it actually isn't too bad up here. I'm marking the trails about 6 feet in the air so that when our excavator guy is on his equipment, he'll be able to see our white paint a lot easier. I can still see the second or our last highest trail. I'm starting to angle upwards so that we can gain some elevation. So that's the whole thing. We want longer trails, but we also need to gain that elevation so switchbacks happen. And that's just the name of the game when you're in the mountains. So I've gone maybe 100 feet, and I'm just gonna keep going till I get to where I think I wanna be. Okay, I gotta tell you, I started marking out a trail, and it's just, it's steep. I don't want, so this trail here is, see how flat that baby is? I don't want to pay for a trail to be built if it's not going to be functional as far as what we want to do, which is horseback riding, four-wheeling, hiking. Of course, hiking you can go anywhere. Just got really steep. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check out one more option, and we are only not even halfway up our ridge in our woods, and there are trails up there, but they're steep and they're old, overgrown. Right now I'm walking on a new trail, but like I said, I don't want to build a trail that's not going to be worth it. Yes, a trail could go where I was marking, but I think it'd just be too steep right now. So I'm gonna wait on that area, and the leaves are falling. The best time to mark out a trail is in the fall and winter when you can see everything, where I can really see the elevation gain, the terrain, especially in the mountains. That may not be a big deal in other places, but where I live it is. So I'm gonna check out one more trail potential, but our lower trail system's basically done. And when that happens, I'm going to give you a grand tour. So I gave up on the trail that I was trying to build, and I remembered there's this other old trail that we haven't really used again because it's overgrown. But I remember there being an old trail linking up to it that goes higher. So that's where I'm at. I'm about to go up this old trail, which I think is gonna work. But what's cool is I just found a tiny little box turtle, and I just wanted to show everybody. It really is cool and amazing how they blend in with these fall colors. I mean, this is, I actually stepped over it twice and then I realized it. But let's check out this little box turtle. You see him? Oh my gosh. Hey, buddy. This is a beautiful specimen. Wow, look at that shell. And look how it blends in with these leaves. Look at that. Check out all these fall leaves. This is why they have that coloration, huh? In the summer, you can see them. But in the fall, these guys really, really blend in. Okay, we're on this old trail. We're gonna check out this trail, see if it'll work for our master plan here. I'm really excited. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I forgot about this trail on the edge of the property. But it's actually pretty flat until we get to here. But this is gonna be an easy job, I think, because our trail guy is not building new trail for this. He's just cleaning it up. So I've been on this trail, but it's been a couple years. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this lower trail connects to the upper trail. I think it almost has to. So let's go ahead and follow this old trail and see what we can find. And as you can tell, this is pretty cleaned out. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. And it's not too steep. There's a steep part there. Maybe a little steep there. But I think this could work. And even if the horses can't use it, four-wheelers could use it, which I don't have one, but one day. Looks like the trail is about to dead end. Silo, come on. Okay, now we're on an upper trail. I've camped out here before with my daughter right in this area. And that trail we were just on ends right around here. And I think we'll be able to bring it up to right where I'm standing. So that old trail ends right there. We got about 100 feet here. And then we'll be up on this trail system. I mean, I'm telling you, these trails go on forever, people. So I'm excited for our new trail coming up. Took me a while to figure that one out. But it's nice. It's like once you're up here, less traffic noise. Feels more like the woods. So I'm pretty excited. Now we just need time and an estimate, see how much this is gonna cost us. So next time, keep on dreaming.